Hello everybody and welcome to Game A Dayer. It is day 126 here on Game A Dayer. My name is Step and it is a Sunday in spring, which means it is a spring Sakura Sunday. Today we're going to play Sakura Shrine Girls. Two Catgirls appear before Toru, a skeptical priest in training. One of them carries herself with dignity and grace, while the other lives her days without a single care. With them, Toru slowly realizes there is more to this world than there seems. It has very positive reviews and is available on Steam for $10.99. So we've done several of these. We know the drill. We are just going to hop right in and play it. Alright, here we are. Let's just start. Hey, Toru! Time to wake up now, because there's no other way to start a visual novel other than waking up. You're missing out on another beautiful day. Alright. This is a priest's room? Interesting. I'm awake, old man. Come on, Toru. We both know that I'm not that old. That's because you stopped counting after you had your 21st birthday. Yep, I'm still 21 years old. Anyway, you had better get ready to go. Your training starts today and we have a lot of work to do. Yeah, no problem. I'll be ready soon. Good, you have your youth and you can't waste it lying around in that bed of yours. I don't think it's unreasonable to sleep for 8 hours a day. You better get used to early starts. I'll be downstairs when you're ready. I hear him shuffling away from the door. When Grandpa called my parents months ago, I hardly expected to be moving in with him. Apparently, my family comes from a lineage of priests. My father was a priest, and my grandfather, as was my great-grandfather. Generations dedicated to the understanding of the spirit world. Of course, I don't believe in spirits or gods at all. All my school friends always saw me as being too serious. They always had dares about visiting haunted places or abandoned houses. And I was always the one to go in and tell them there was nothing there. Oh well. Even if I don't believe in spirits, it's my family's tradition at this point. It may seem silly and pointless to do, but someone has to keep these old practices alive. So, here I am now. I'm surprised that my parents were willing to let me move so suddenly. Maybe it's because they're worried about Grandpa. If I'm around, I can make sure that he stays safe. Anyway, I had better go downstairs. It's really nice. About time you turned up. Now then, Toru. You may see some odd things as a priest. There's another world out there, believe it or not. So don't panic if something unusual happens. Alright, Grandpa, I promise not to panic. He starts talking like this at times. Of spirits, of omens, of extraordinary things. I don't dare to tell him that I don't believe in any of it. He's getting pretty old, and senility might be setting in. I'm completely serious, Toru. Not everything in this world can be explained. I used to be a real skeptic, but then I started seeing things. Trust me, you'll understand when it happens to you too. I understand, Grandpa. I'm sure there's a lot more to the world than we think there is. Damn right there is. Now, get some breakfast into you. I'm going to show you around the temple grounds soon. It's always such a rush with Grandpa around. I know that he's getting old, but you'd think that he would take a moment to relax. Oh well, it's his home, it's his rules. I don't want to cause a fuss over such things. It's very nice of you, or polite, or responsible, I guess. After a quick breakfast, Grandpa is straight out the door. Come on, Slowpoke. I thought you young people were supposed to be fast. It's already not... it's alright not to rush, Grandpa. I can only imagine how he must have been when he was a young man. Always rush, rush, rush. I'm not the same. I like to take things at my own pace. The world waits for no one, Toru. He takes a deep breath. Nothing beats the crisp air of a summer morning. I don't doubt that at all. Taking a walk isn't so bad. So, Grandpa, I know that it's a tradition for men in our family to become priests. That's right. Your father, me, my father, generation after generation. I know that, but there's just one thing I don't understand. Why was it so urgent for me to come here of all places? Don't worry, it'll all make sense to you later. That's rather ominous, don't you think? Believe me, this is one of those things which won't make sense unless you see it for yourself. So just keep walking, we'll get there soon. I'm sure that a strong young man like you isn't about to be beaten by a relic like me. Right? It sounds like you're challenging me to a race. Do you want to? Please, Grandpa. Your knees aren't what they used to be. The doctor said I was fine. Provided that you do not do any hard work or bend them too often. Maybe we should have made you a doctor instead of a priest. Would that mean everyone after me would have to become a doctor too? Ooh, harsh. Grandpa just shakes his head. We're almost there now. It should be just around the corner. Are you sure, Grandpa? Of course I am. I know this place like the back of my hand. Grandpa is infamous for always giving a vague idea about how close we are to somewhere. Okay. It's always just around the corner, or just over the hill. Oh, looks like we're here. Take a good look. You're going to become very familiar with this place. Ooh. Two massive wooden structures sit side by side just over the bridge. Grandpa beams proudly as he looks upon them. Welcome to the temple grounds, Toru. This place will become a second home for you over the next few months. Wait, I'm going to be tending to both of these shrines? That's right. I don't want to sound like I'm being lazy or anything, but isn't it unreasonable for me to be tending to two shrines at once? Both of these are fairly large buildings, after all. Oh, come on, you aren't afraid of a bit of hard work, are you? No, but this is a lot of work for one person. Is there anyone else who comes by here? Any other priests to help out with these shrines? Nope, you're going to be the only priest here. Don't worry, you won't be alone. I won't be alone? You mean that people will come by regularly? Oh, you'll understand soon enough. A priest is never alone at a shrine, trust me. Now he's saying even more ominous things. Well, it would be nice to get some extra help with this. I still have to attend school, you know. Don't worry, it'll work out just fine. Go on, have a look at them, and let me know what you think. I begin to walk across the bridge, only to notice that Grandpa isn't walking with me. Aren't you coming with me? I've already seen it myself. There's no need for me to look at something I already know like the back of my hand. Grandpa. Really, it'll be fine. You're a young man, right? You should be able to look after yourself. Well, I guess it'd be difficult to get lost in these places. Don't worry, I'll be right here when you get back from the other side. Other side, he says. Well, I guess there's nothing else to be done. Wandering over to the buildings, I try to decide which one I should visit first. Both of the shrines somehow have an ageless quality about them. But if there's no one here, how are they so well preserved? There must be someone looking after them. It's probably your grandfather. Looking at the closer of the two on my right, it seems a little more run down. I think that if I'm going to attend to these shrines, I should attend to the one which needs the most attention first, then. Grandpa said there would be no other priests here, and yet he said that I wouldn't be alone. It's definitely that same superstitious nonsense he's been talking about ever since I got here. He probably thinks there are spirits or something in these shrines. These shrines are fairly well hidden for being in an urban area, and if I'm going to be spending a lot of time by myself here, I can only imagine that my mind will play tricks on me. Oh well, it's no different to those dares I used to do when I was younger. Everyone thought that I was fearless. If there were a haunted house or an abandoned building, I'd be the only one who would go explore it. I have yet to see a ghost, a spirit, or anything like that. Confidently, I open the door. Wow. The rays of the early morning sun illuminate the dust drifting through the air. It has been some time since anyone has been in here, it seems. No, if that had been the case, this dust would have settled a long time ago. Someone or something has been moving through these halls. It obviously can't be a spirit. How exactly would a ghost unsettle the dust? Probably just a visitor or something, in that case. Now that I think about it, can't I hear someone moving through this place? Straightening my ears, I swear I hear the wood creaking. I don't know how old this temple is. Wood creaks and groans all the time in old places like these. I'd better see what the other rooms what other rooms there are in this place. If I'm going to attend to this shrine, then I would like it to be spotless. One of the doors appears to be closed, and I hear creaking coming from within. Cue Catgirl semi-nudity, I imagine? This happened in those old houses I visited all the time. There was nothing there every time I checked. So let's open it wide. She looks unimpressed. As I slide the door aside, I am met with a most unusual sight. A woman is standing in front of me, wearing the garb of a shrine maiden. However, it's very loose around her shoulders, and I cannot help but notice some very prominent features sticking out. Her face shows no sign of embarrassment or any emotion at all. Those strange amber eyes of hers just stare deeply into mine. But there's something else I just noticed. Something which I'm not sure if I'm really seeing or not. 2 pairs of black and white ears. 2 pairs? 2 pairs of black and white ears, parts from her hair, moving like a cat's ears would. And a black tail with white fur on the end sticks up in the air. She does not move to readjust her garb. The entirety of her attention is focused only on me. Hey, I think you should do something about... Do I really have to say it out loud? Unusual girl. I was wondering when you would arrive. Her voice is strangely harmonic. Despite her youthful appearance, there is something venerable about her. But was she waiting for me? Is that so? Yes, it is. I see. Could I please get an explanation? What is there to explain? Surely you already know, don't you? Not exactly, no. She does not seem to be bothered by being seen like this. Although, I really am impressed with her. No, this really isn't a good time to be focusing on that. Your eyes are wandering. I can sense deep uncertainty within you. You should not worry, however. I entrust myself to your care. My care? You are the one who will be tending to this shrine, are you not? Her face draws closer to mine. There is something hauntingly beautiful about her. But I do not know what it could be. Okay. Well, that is true. I wasn't really expecting company, however. A priest is never alone in a shrine. She's telling me exactly what Grandpa did. Our fates are as one now, priest. I know it was a long journey to arrive here, so I am truly grateful. Right. Just excuse me for a moment. I need to get some fresh air. As you wish. I will be waiting for you when you return. Quietly, I walk out of the room, leaving her to continue dressing. What was that just now? Was I just seeing things? I think I'll just go home and pretend I didn't see anything at all. Yes, that would be the best idea for now. That's a horrible idea. Okay, apparently we're back home. Grandpa didn't say much on the way home. He only talked about mundane things, like how he needed to weed the garden. And yet, I am sure that he knew that I wasn't quite myself. Now it's midday, and I have just been sitting in here, unsure of what to think. Was there really someone there? And the way she was dressed, something about her didn't really seem that human. Could it be the ears and the tail? Let's not even mention how I saw cat ears and a tail, okay? Hey, Toru! You're going to have to come down for lunch eventually. I'll be down there soon. Just need a moment. Come on, the food's going to get cold if you don't hurry up. I'd better go down there. Grandpa has already set the table neatly, waiting just for me. There you are. I was wondering if you had been sucked into an alternate dimension. I'd explain why it took such a long time to get down. It'd explain why it took such a long time to get down here. I don't see something like that happening anytime soon. You never know. The veil between worlds can be very, very thin. And you can slip in between them without even noticing, just like putting your hand into the ocean. There he goes, saying things like that again. Then again, considering what I saw today... Oh! Is something wrong, Grandpa? Normally you get this look on your face when I talk about things like that. I know that you're a skeptic, but now there's doubt in your eyes. There's a wide grin on his face. You saw something, didn't you? I know that you did. I just shake my head at him. I didn't see anything. Even if I did, I'm sure that it was just my imagination. Oh? Now why you would say something like that, even if I did? He leans over the table. It's almost like something did happen, but you're denying it. Who are you trying to convince, you or me? I'm telling you that I didn't see anything. It's just an old building, and my eyes were playing tricks on me. Yep, that's what I said the first time I saw them too. When I first saw them too. What do you mean by them, exactly? The spirits, of course. There should be one in each building at those temple grounds. How would he know that? No. This has to be a joke. Look, I never believed in any of this spirit business. I'm just doing this to keep the family tradition alive. There aren't any such thing as spirits, or other worlds, or anything like that. Grandpa just starts snickering to himself. Oh boy. If you're having a hard time with it now, I hope you're ready for what's going to come next. Can we please not say such ominous things during lunch? Alright. Eat up. There's plenty to go around. A hot meal should help me get my mind off of things. Grandpa's cooking is surprisingly good. I guess he had to learn how after Grandma passed away. How very old-fashioned of you. Maybe this cooking is the reason why he has so much energy. He loves his spices, especially chili and oregano. I wonder if he ever thinks of her when he's cooking. I've never seen you have an appetite like this before. Maybe you're a nervous eater. There's another sly smile on his face. Why would I be nervous, though? He leans on the table with one elbow. Why don't you tell me? I shake my head again. All right, no need to be like that. Could you clean the dishes when you're done? I need to go get some rest. Grandpa's doctors have said he needs to get bed rest regularly. Well, if I'm here, I might as well be helpful. Sure, no problem. Go get some rest, Grandpa. You're a good kid, Toru. A bit too serious, and you tend to overanalyze things, but you're a good kid. Thanks, Grandpa. I won't be far away if you need anything. No worries, sleep well. He shuffles upstairs, heading straight for his bedroom. Well then. He was really on my case. I know that he's a big believer in these kinds of things, but I don't want to have that kind of talk with him. As I scrub the porcelain dishes, I can't help but think over who I saw again. She was beautiful. I know that she has a great figure, but I was more captivated by her eyes than anything. Distinct golden amber eyes. Was I really just imagining all of it? Well, there's no explaining how or why she had a cat tail or anything like that. So, it couldn't possibly have been real. With that said, I think that this should be the last time I think about it. If there are any noises in those shrines, I won't go investigate them. It's not that I think I will find anything, but somehow I feel that I should not indulge my curiosity. Wait. I think I hear something moving upstairs. It's probably just Grandpa going to answer nature's call or something. I continue to scrub the dishes, but... Wait. What's with these bubbles? Gigantic soap bubbles emerge from the sink, floating lazily in the air. I look deeper into them, and their reflection... I can't quite make out what I'm seeing in their depths. All of them pop at once in my face. What was that exactly? Something about the air feels odd. I can't quite put my finger on it, but something does not feel right. Wait, I still hear movement upstairs. And I can hear the distinct creak of my bedroom door opening. Why would Grandpa be entering my room? I put down the plate I am cleaning and head upstairs. The door to my room is open, but I definitely left it closed when I left. Looking over to Grandpa's room, his door is firmly shut as well. He always leaves it open whenever he leaves the room and plans to go back there. So if it isn't him opening the door to my room, who was it? Well, I have to look. I open the door wide, giving me an unobstructed view of my room. We have a second Catgirl. Who? What? Where? When? Why? How? A girl is laying on my bed, curled up in a ball. Oh, she's cute. Her delicate, pale skin practically shimmers in the rays of the sun. Catgirl found a sunbeam. She already seems to be fast asleep, comfortably snuggling into my blankets. I quietly get closer to her. She seems to shift a little bit, but she just settles back in. This strange feeling. She's captivating. It's like back in that shrine. Despite myself, I cannot help but stare. She has furry, snow-white cat ears and a tail. She's just like the strange-looking shrine maiden. But somehow, she is different. No less beautiful, however. I'd better not let my eyes wander, even though she's wearing such short shorts. And her top is so loose. Is she wearing a bra? It doesn't look like she is. No. I can't let myself be distracted by this nonsense. This is just a hallucination. Hey, you! Talk to the hallucination. She just buries her face deeper into the bed cover. What are you doing on my bed? She yawns loudly. I'm sleepy. And it looked so comfortable in your bed. The sun is shining through the window just the right way. It's true, she's soaking up the sunlight, just like how a cat would. But you just broke into my home. I know that my bed might be comfy, but you can't stay here. Why not? It's illegal? How did you get in here anyway? There's always a way. You just have to find the right place at the right time. That is the nature of slipping between worlds. Where your hands enter the puddle, it may not end up in the same place on the other side. She's spreading the same kind of nonsense that my grandfather would. Alright, enough of this. Are you working with my grandfather? Is this some sort of joke? Are you also working with that other girl I saw at the shrine? Ko? The black cat? She's nothing but bad luck. I'd never work with her. Even though she doesn't open her eyes, I can see a frown form on her face. Well then. Well, why, when you're done napping, please see yourself out. Oh, that's very kind of you. Okay. No problem. A smile returns to her face as she stretches out, letting the sun's rays soak into her alabaster skin. I can't help but keep looking at her as I slowly back out of the room. Am I going mad? I don't want to open the door again. If I look in there and she's still on my bed, happily laying in the sun's rays, if it actually happened, then what does that mean? I thought that my grandfather was just becoming senile. But what if... Toru, who are you talking to? I'm trying to sleep, damn it. Grandpa walks out of his bedroom, rubbing some sleep out of his eyes. Oh! That look on your face. It's there again. You saw something again, didn't you? No, you're just hearing things, Grandpa. Oh, come on. My hearing isn't that bad yet. And I definitely know that I heard a girl's voice in your room. Don't tell me that you've already got a girlfriend from around here. You didn't hear anything, okay? I didn't hear anything either. Well, there's nothing wrong with starting early, you know. When I was your age, I was already married and on my way to paying off my mortgage. Look, can we please just drop this? Judging by the look on his face, he isn't satisfied just yet. He looks over at my closed bedroom door. Well, just indulge me. Mind if I take a look in your room? My blood freezes as he says that. It's not like there's anything in there, right? So it's fine to have a look, isn't it? I guess so. Come on then, since you've woken me up, it's only fair that you let me be a bit nosy. Alright, I'll show you that there's nothing in there. Sure enough, as we step into the room, there's not another soul to be seen. Even though there's a sly smile on Grandpa's face. Ah, I see. So that's how it is. What? What is it? He just shrugs. Who knows, maybe my hearing really is going. Anyway, Toru, don't stress out too much about things like that. It's important that you find a good girl and start a proper family with her. There are going to be a lot of cute girls when you start going to school around here, trust me. I don't want to know how he knows that. So just choose wisely. You never know who you might meet. Alright, I get the point. Go get some sleep, okay? I'll make sure I'm quiet. I'll also make sure the dishes are clean by the time you wake up. Sounds good, Toru. I'll talk to you later. He slips back out of the room. I breathe a sigh of relief as I hear his bedroom door close. He has to know more about this than he's letting on. Whoever those two weird cat women, whatever they're supposed to be, he has to know something about them. I'm certain of it. I walk over to my bed and take a seat. My hand trails across the blanket, feeling the warmth of midday sun streaming from my window. Did I really just imagine that? Perhaps I did. But even I have to admit that this warmth I feel on my bed, it's perfectly shaped. And it does not feel like the warmth you get from sunlight. Was it real? I don't know. I am a skeptic. I do not simply imagine things, nor have I ever imagined things. So what does it mean if I start seeing things like this? After some sleep and some time spent thinking, I've managed to collect my thoughts. It just has to be some sort of joke. Grandpa was the one who sent me to that shrine where I saw that strange girl. And that other girl who managed to get into our house. He could have let her in earlier or something. I was right near the front door. And I would have heard if someone had gone up the stairs. Those damn things creak like crazy if you put any weight on them at all. So with all that in mind, I've put my uneasy thoughts to rest. School is starting today, so that will give me something to take my mind off what is happening. I have to go back to those shrines eventually, that is just a given. But if I see those girls again, the best thing to do is not to react to those fake tails and ears they're wearing. After all, since this is just some sort of joke, the last thing I want to do is give my grandpa the satisfaction of throwing me off. He knows that I'm a skeptic, so he must be playing a joke on me. Ah well, he's probably just bored. So I don't see any point in making a big deal out of it. Now then, let's see what this school looks like. Oh, it's beautiful. Arriving in the front, out the front, it looks like any other academy I've been to. Lucky. Kind of busy, nice gardens maintained by the students. Just an ordinary academy in an ordinary suburb. Not particularly exciting, but it's not particularly unfamiliar either. I should be able to settle into here just fine. I arrive at my class without any incident. Now then, students. This is Toru Akita. Please treat him with respect. I am pleased to meet all of you. I hope we can all get along. Now then, where to put you? You can sit in the middle. Sounds fine. People seem to think that you have to sit up the back to avoid attention. But the truth is that you actually stand out more if you deliberately pick seats in the back. So the middle is ideal. That way, you're just one face among the crowd. As I take my seat, a shiver goes up my spines. Suddenly, excuse me. Is something wrong, Toru? You shuddered just now. No, everything is fine. It's that feeling again. The person sitting in front of me is a girl with black hair. Wait, is that... A bushy black tail sticks out just above her skirt. The tip color is bright white. I look around, trying to see if anyone else has noticed it. But no one else is looking. I turn to the seat to my left, trying to get the student's attention. No. A pair of snow-white cat ears sticks out from her silver hair. Are you really okay, Toru? You look pale. Neither of them are looking at me. There's just some strange, uncomfortable atmosphere in here. No, please don't worry about me. Go ahead. Some time passes in this awkward atmosphere. I'm just sitting here desperately trying to work out what is happening. No one else can see their tails or ears, I'm sure of that. Or no one cares? Well then, would anyone like to volunteer to show Toru around the academy? That's not... Before I can finish speaking, someone immediately stands up. Please allow me to escort him. Then someone else stands up. I'd like to show him around. The two of them exchange looks with each other. After letting out a small, barely audible sigh, the teacher looks at the white-haired girl, Naoko. He then turns to the black-haired one, Keo. Please behave yourselves. If both of you want to do it, then you can both go. Although they seem reluctant to accept this, they both nod. As you wish. Fine, if it has to be that way. Before I can even blink, they surround me on either side of my desk. Come on, let me show you around. She grabs me by the hand and starts tugging on it, making me stand up from my seat. I'm sure you have many questions. So please allow me to be by your side. She respectfully offers her hand. Well, okay. What else can I say? Maybe if I talk to them both, I can start making sense of what is happening to me? After we've walked some distance, the two of them turn to me. All right, you two. Yes? Something on your mind, darling? Darling? Aren't you being a bit too familiar with him, Naoko? I've already slept in his bed. We might as well be married now. You mean you broke into his house and couldn't stop yourself from sleeping on his bed? Still counts. Please, listen to me. Who are you two, really? Why are you both here? Keo turns her amber eyes back to me. Do you believe in there being more than you can see, Toru? There's lots of things in the world which can't be explained. Where those things come from, that is where we both came from too. In other words, we are spirits. Spirits, really? Is this what Grandpa meant when he said that I wouldn't be alone? Do you have any proof of this? Are our tails and ears not sufficient proof? Those are probably fake for all I... Naoko immediately shoves her head underneath my hand. Feel for yourself. It's not a headband. Alright. I begin rubbing her head, feeling her ears with my own fingertips. I cannot deny it. These ears, they're real. They have to be real. I pull my hand away, startled. Aw, I was beginning to enjoy that petting. You really do have no dignity, Naoko. As representatives of the beyond, we must act dignified. This is why I don't like being around you, Ko. You are too much of a prude. Have you ever had any fun in your life at all? That is not why we are here. Could you explain to me why you are here, then? To make a long story short, both of us were sent here through the Twin Gates. Those two buildings which you refer to as shrines? That place is where the walls between worlds are the most thin. It's easy to go back and forth there. That's all well and good, but you're explaining the how. I need to know the why. Well, it's kind of our duty to send people over to this side to make sure everything is as it should be. What Naoko is trying to say is that we were sent to be the guardian spirits of this land, and will reside in your world until it is time to return to the beyond. Guardian spirits, huh? Anyway, the Ascension Festival will be happening soon, and we will be fully anchored into your realm. Ko told me that you're going to be our priest. She inches closer to me. I'm pretty lucky to get such a cute priest. Cute? Is this girl seriously hitting on me? Just let it go, dude. Let's get back on track. Ascension Festival? That is the event which will fully establish us in this world. To describe it in a way that you would understand, it will make us the patron gods of those two shrines. I am not experienced with my duties, Toru. But please know that I will do my best to work with you. She respectfully bows her head before me. It's all right. I'm only training as a priest, too. Aw, don't be so formal, Toru. It's not going to be all dull and stiff with me. Ko hasn't had fun in a single day of her existence, but trust me. Naoko draws much, much closer to me until her face is only a few centimeters away from mine. We're going to have lots of fun together. And know every single little thing about each other. Ko seems to get irritated. Toru is not here for your personal pleasure. His arrival is a mark of respect from the ancient covenant between his family and our house. Oh, I'm beginning to understand now. So that's why everyone in my family... Anyway, we can talk about this... talk more about this later. I'm just going to... Ko simply stares at her. I would like to speak with him first. You can afterward. Why would I let you take him first? The two of them begin to face off. I'm going to have a full-blown cat fight if I don't do something. Oh, I know. Rock, paper, scissors. What are you saying? Oh, it's a game! Humans do this when they can't decide on something. I quickly show them the ropes of the game. Rock, paper, scissors! Naoko made a pair of scissors, while Ko made a rock. Aww. Well, fine. You win this time. Have fun on your date. Ko just shakes her head. Please come with me, Toru. As we walk off, I can't help but look back at the pouting Naoko. Are you sure she'll be fine? Yes, she will be fine. Ko takes me out of the academy buildings. I am sorry that you had to see that. Naoko and I have never gotten along. That's fine. While I want to know more about that, what's important is that I make sense of all this. So just let me put all this into my own words. Yes. You are two spirits sent down as guardians from some other world. When you are fully bound to this world, you will become the patron spirits of those two shrines. And this will happen during the Ascension Festival? That is correct. And my family has some sort of pact or covenant with your house? Also correct. Men from your family become priests and begin their training at the two gates, and help those who arrive from the beyond understand this world. But you're unusual in that we were the first ones to arrive, and we had to wait for you instead. So that's why you're at this school. You want to learn more about this world? Precisely. How strange that you end up in the same academy as us, let alone the same room. Not strange at all. My grandfather was the one who enrolled me here. That old man is up to something. I don't know what to say. There are many spirits in this world, and they manifest themselves in everything you see. I am just one of the many, as is Naoko. So there's many spirits around us right now. It's then that I begin to notice this strange atmosphere again. Something is at work around me. Precisely. For example, the playful spirits in the wind. It's then that I notice the wind pick up really strongly around us. What? Okay. Playful, eh? The winds around us whip up, revealing something that nearly makes my eyes boggle. Underneath that skirt, Ko is wearing lacy black lingerie. Her face burns bright red as she realizes where I am looking. Okay, she didn't seem to care when she was in a shrine maiden's outfit. What are you... I never would have thought that she would be wearing something like that. Stop looking there! The spirits of the wind are playing a prank. Just pay no attention. She tries to push her skirt back down, but the wind suddenly changes direction, forcing another part of the skirt up. No matter what she does, it seems hopeless. Her hands are flying all around her, but nothing seems to help. This sounds really familiar, like ludicrously familiar. Like, is this exactly the same game that we played before? I don't remember. Was it the swim club one? We're out in the garden too, meaning that there's nowhere to take shelter from the wind. I swear that I hear a disembodied giggle in the wind too. Damned wind spirits! How dare you embarrass me like this? Unlike the last time I saw her like this, she has completely lost her composure. Yeah, alright, so they are going to address it. That's completely understandable, considering that we're at school. More laughter echoes through the air. Where is that coming from? I look all around me. It's then that I see little sparks of light in the air. The entire atmosphere around us looks like it's enchanted. It's happening again. Ko just seems at a total loss with herself. Toru, please do something. What should I do? You are a priest. Surely you know how to quell spirits. But I haven't even begun my training. Perhaps I should just speak with them? A sudden clarity comes over me. Hey, you spirits! The wind suddenly stops. It's then that I see something akin to an invisible hand holding up the frills of Ko's skirt. Look, you're really upsetting Ko right now. So could you please stop? It's not that I hate the view or anything, but somehow seeing Ko being teased like this, it just does not seem right to me. Although I can hear some sort of disgruntled murmur echoing through the air, the wind slowly dies down and the atmosphere around us begins to return to normal. After that particular incident, Ko quickly returned inside. Naoko seems to be rather smug. Oh, she stirred up the wind, did she? Did something happen to you? It looks like it did, Ko. Nothing of any sort happened. Really? I heard some rumors among the spirits around here. Did something happen, Taru? I'm going to be honest. Well, something weird did happen. I feel like I need some sort of explanation. It was the work of wind spirits. What was? Nothing at all. She leans in and whispers to Ko. Black lacy panties. Ko looks like she's about to snap. Really, that's enough. Well, since you already know, I suppose there's no point in denying it. What exactly happened back there? I've never seen anything like that before. Did you notice the atmosphere change? Well, yes. And you've never noticed anything like that happen before? Not really, no. I've always been the skeptic amongst my friends. Oh, I see. You're opening your eyes. Opening my eyes? That would make sense. You're providing good insights for a change, Naoko. Please, Miss Black Panties. So, Taru, to put it as simply as I can, your family is well known as mediums and psychics. That is why a covenant was made between your family with your family to become priests. People like you can slip in between worlds and see things other people normally wouldn't. Namely, you can see spirits. But you were so wrapped up in your denial that you couldn't see anything at all. What is she saying? What she is saying does make sense. I only started noticing these things once I had seen Ko at the shrine. As much as I want to deny it, I simply can't. Does this mean I'm going to start seeing things like evil spirits too? Why would you see something like that? Malicious spirits aren't able to materialize themselves in your world under any circumstances. You're completely safe, Toru. Oh, that's good then. That's a relief. So I'm not going to start seeing poltergeists or anything like that. A poltergeist, you say? Nah, those don't exist. Sometimes things can become a bit bumpy between worlds. What you call a poltergeist is just things shifting a little bit. Kind of like tectonic plates rubbing up against each other. So, you don't have anything to worry about, Toru. Oh, okay. That's great then. You don't think we're being a bit inconsiderate, Naoko? Maybe you are. Let's put this into perspective. He has denied the existence of spirits for years. Don't you think that he would have difficulty coming to terms with everything that has happened? She must have noticed how much trouble I'm having with all this. That's a fair point. Are you okay? Are you doing okay, Toru? What Ko said is right. All of these things you've told me, and everything I've seen, it's a lot to take in. I don't even know how I'm going to be able to look after your shrines. I just rest my head on my desk. I've only just arrived here and my entire life has been flipped upside down by everything I've learned in the past 2 days. Don't worry, Taru. You aren't alone. I didn't even know what to expect when I passed through the 2 gates. Everything here is completely new to me as well. What she says is correct. The beyond, it is very different from your world. There are plenty of spirits who flutter in between these two places, but Naoko and I, we weren't even aware that this world existed until recently. Seriously? That is correct. We did not know what to expect when we arrived, so I understand how you feel, Toru. She respectfully bows before me again. I am sorry that I was not more considerate of your feelings. Me too. It must be hard for you as well. No, you don't need to be like that. If anything, it's my grandpa who owes me an explanation. Oh yes, your grandpa. I always love the smell that comes from his kitchen. Just how long have you been sneaking into my house? Sneaking in? You dare act? How dare you act like I'm some sort of cat burglar? He let me stay there. That old man knew about her the entire time? Right. Well, I really need to have a chat with him about a few things. What I realize now is that he really was telling me the truth the whole time. He hadn't tried to hide anything from me at all, in fact. Now that my eyes are opening, as Naoko put it, I should really apologize to him when I get home. Just then, the teacher returns to the room. Keo, Naoko, how has it been going? Fine. Just fine. Right. I trust that there were no incidents when you were showing Toru around? Not at all. Nothing happened. The teacher turns to me. Nothing happened, right? I'd better not cause any fuss. Yep, everything's fine. Alright, that's good then. Class will be starting again soon. If you need some peace and quiet, Toru, we can talk at another time. Yep, that's no problem at all. Alright, I guess we'll talk later. I need some time to myself. Just a moment to work everything out. Okay. Naoko and Keo left me alone for the rest of the day. Now it's time to head home. I feel so unbelievably tired. Spirits are real, there's another world beyond this one, and I'm some sort of medium. It feels like the foundations I built my life upon have been torn out from underneath me. Even as I am just walking alone, I swear that the entire world around me looks different. Colors are just a little bit brighter. I see little shimmers of light in the air. And I swear that I'm going to start hearing whispers in the wind. Even though this all seems like I'm going insane, this is not exactly unpleasant. Looking out toward the coastline, the sun's orange rays shimmer across the water's surface. Is that how I'm going to be seeing things from now on? Sitting in the middle of two worlds and not really knowing which is which? No, I don't think it'll be that confusing. And they told me that there's no such thing as evil spirits in this world. Well, those wind spirits were kind of mean to Keo, but I'm sure there was no malice in their actions. Slowly, I make my way back home and knock on the front door. Oh, now who could that be? Please let me in, Grandpa. Now you sound like a grouch. Did you have a rough first day? It does happen sometimes, Toru. Just let me in. We need to talk. All right. I hear the lock on the door click. Dinner is already cooking. I can smell it from here. Are you hungry, Toru? I bet you're going to love what I'm making tonight. I'm not really that hungry, sorry. Grandpa. Yeah? What is it? I'd like to tell you that I'm sorry. Sorry? For what? I never thought that anything you said was true. He gives me a cheesy grin. Your eyes are opening, aren't they? I knew it. You saw them too. You mean Ko and Naoko? That's right. Those two stray cats were hanging around the shrines. They've been waiting for their priest for quite a while, you know. Strays? Why do you call them that? Well, they technically aren't the patron spirits of those shrines yet. That's why you're here. You're going to perform the rites of ascension for them. Rites of ascension? Don't worry too much about that right now, but yeah, that's what you're going to do. I feel like I'm on the edge of a nervous breakdown. I'm sure they mentioned it sometime today, but they need to host the Ascension Festival. Then they can become the true spirits of this land. That's where we come in. We come from a long line of priests, mediums, and psychics. I know it's a lot to swallow so quickly, but don't worry. Grandpa is 100% behind you. Right. I think I'd like to go straight to bed today. Take some dinner with you. He shoves a plate of food into my hands. Try out the cherry tomatoes. Plenty of lemon juice and sea salt for extra zest. Sounds good. Slowly, I walk upstairs with the plate. Wait, the door to my room isn't closed. Again. Don't tell me that damn cat snuck in there. Alright, Naoko. You can't stay in there. I take a step inside. Oh, goodness. She's peering up at me from the floor in a very awkward angle. Her alabaster skin is barely contained by her meager outfit. She doesn't really seem that embarrassed either. What on earth are you doing? Earth? Her tail wags from side to side. We aren't really here right now. There right now. I told you that we slip in and out of the world out of worlds all the time. I know that you only arrived here very recently, but you know exactly what I mean. Where are your clothes? Seriously, her panties are way too small for her. I can see... No, I have to keep my composure. Look, you can't just turn up in my room dressed like this, okay? She just looks at me quizzically. Why do I need clothes if I'm not outside? After all, it's just me and you in your room right now. There's nothing wrong with seeing me like this if it's just you, right? Her chest presses up against the wooden floor as she stretches herself out. It nearly slips out from her loosely hanging bra. We need to get to know each other, too, don't we? I want to know everything about you, Toru. Look, you already brought me your grandfather's cooking. She smiles happily. I just know that we're going to get along great. This isn't for you. Her tail droops down. Aw, it isn't? Can I have a little bit, please? She sits up, her bra almost slipping off completely. Don't move. Why not? Just don't, okay? I'll give you my dinner as long as you don't move. Okay. I put the plate down on the ground, just within reach of her. She sniffs it, then turns her nose up. What, is something wrong with it? I don't like those tomatoes. You can have them. Really? I can't help but let out a heavy sigh. Beggars can't be choosers, you know. They can so. I can only shake my head. Please, put some clothes on. What? Don't you like it or something? I thought it was pretty cute. It doesn't have anything to do with how cute you are. Really, though. It's for my own sake. Just seeing her like this. It makes my heart race. If I'm not careful, I might end up... Aw, your face is all red. You look really cute like this. I like you even more, Toru. Enough of that already. How am I going to get some rest with this cat in my room? What a night this is going to be. Alright, I think we're going to pause. Well, we're going to save, definitely. And I think we're actually going to, main menu. We're going to stop here because we've been playing for about an hour, and I'm kind of out of time. So thank you for joining me here on Game of Dare while we play Sakura Shrine Girls on this spring Sakura Sunday. I have been Step. If you enjoyed this video, please give it the old thumbs up. If you want to leave a comment, if you want to let me know whether you like these games, whether you don't like these games, whether you'd like to see a full playthrough, absolutely hit that like button, because the first video to get 100 likes will get a replay and a full gameplay of that game. So keep that in mind when you dole out your likes. Also, if you're new to the channel, or if you're returning but have not yet subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, and when you do, don't forget to hit that dingy bell, because that will let you know when I upload new videos, which I do every single day. Thank you for joining me here today on Game of Dare when we've been playing Sakura Shrine Girls. Please come back tomorrow when I'll be playing something for Mobile Monday.